What's up, guys? It's Wave KDX Keyed Out with
Hammer. No BS Hammer. Got to get the official sponsor in there. No BS Brass Band. Album just dropped a couple weeks ago. Vinyl just came out yesterday. Yeah.
All right, so we're here at Fraudsgarden in Richmond, Virginia, right? This is your hometown, correct?
Yeah, well, yes. As far as fighting games go, it's my hometown.
Sure. So 5 of us filthy Sova Marvel players try to come up here and take the crown. And we've had luck lately, but what happened today?
I made it all the way through winners. Almost lost to Shinobi J. Yeah, almost lost to that. That was wild. I wouldn't have forgiven myself if I lost to a Nemesis. So I'm happy, especially against Snackback, because we've always had like a back and forth. Snackback for sure. We'll go on the side. Like I said, it goes back and forth. This time I won. I defended the home. We go. This man always keeps me on my toes. And he won the last 2, so it was about time that I won one again.
How does it feel to come on top?
Good. It's been a while since I've won something, so feels good again.
So for myself included, I haven't played bracket Marvel in a really long time, actually. I went to other games, and I think you were talking about it before when we were off camera. We were talking about how you went to other games. What's the reason for that?
Originally, when I was in Richmond, I had a lot of people to play here. There was a healthy Marvel scene. It was good. I moved up to Northern Virginia and started going to Xanadu, and from Xanadu I'd play in Baltimore, I'd play in Philly, play in New York, go everywhere. And then I got a job down here, moved back, and nobody was playing Marvel. There were few and far between, so like the closest was Sova, which is a 2-hour drive. So yeah, and it was a lot harder. That was right around the time when Ultra came out though, so I started playing Street Fighter. So yeah, I went from Marvel to Street Fighter, but I still play Marvel a lot. It's a lot of like training mode though. So like you said, I haven't played like a person in Marvel in 2 months.
Oh man.
So yeah, it's hard, but hopefully soon. I know somebody Prague just moved to Richmond, so really? I know he's trying to play some Marvel. And yeah, there's a couple of heads that are here that have definitely gotten better.
I guess that leads into, do you have any advice for like the local scene, or really like how to, I guess, keep an appreciation for a game?
Richmond is a really good example of that, because all throughout, while Marvel was really big and popular, Street Fighter was taking a back seat, and then KOF rose and then sank, and then there was Guilty Gear, and especially Colin and all those dudes, all the mob dudes who are actually throwing this tournament. Shoutouts to them. They really got, and this is now an anime town, like an anime city. It's just went from all Marvel to Street Fighter, all anime. Guilty, at any anime game you can think of, somebody's playing it here. Colin, he just kept coming out, kept bringing setups. Other people, they kept caring.
Right.
And they kept, important. Yeah, and I mean, it just grew. I mean, it helps that a new version of your game comes out.
Every like 19 seconds.
Yeah.
So you've been playing fighting games for a really long time, right? And with the rise of esports in general, FGC and others alike, what's your thoughts on the differences between the two? And is there any advice you would give for the FGC esports as a whole?
I like the direction that fighting games are going as far as becoming more popular, kind of more accepted. And I think what they're doing with Street Fighter V, where they're making it's not hard to play it. It's not an impossible game to get into, which is what a big problem is for a lot of people, even though I think MOBAs like League of Legends, and that's a lot harder.
Do you think that has anything to do with the spectator side of it? So for example, I'm being a little intricate here, but for Street Fighter 4, they have a focus attack, and if you don't play the game, if you're just, a mom of a player or something like that, do you think that's the reason they migrated to this, I guess, lower skill cap versus maybe a League of Legends?
It definitely does make it a lot easier for people to watch, and it's a lot more enjoyable to watch. I always think fighting games are a lot more interesting to watch than your typical MOBAs or StarCraft or anything like that, just because it's shorter. Like, you can watch a match or two and then be about your day, where if you go watch maybe like a League game, it may take 30, 45 minutes. I like that you can just pick it up and put it down when you're watching it. I mean, another thing that I really like with FGC, and I hope it translates well, is just the crowd element. And I mean, there's always that certain level of respect, but like when you have a really aggressive player and there's like the rivalries, you don't get that in eSport. Like when Claky D was playing League of Legends. When Claky D stood up and yelled "Get fucked," and they were calling for him to be thrown out of the tournament. That blows my mind. I mean, I get the idea. It's esports. You keep it professional. That's not that unprofessional. He's not running up to the commentator, taking the microphone out of somebody's hand. He didn't hurt anybody. There's no violence. I mean, if somebody throws a punch, obviously, yeah, that's one thing. Or if somebody gets in somebody's face.
Completely different.
That's a little bit.
Scenario.
But like, as far as yelling, I mean, if someone's gonna react to something like that, and they're gonna be like, "You should be thrown out." Nah, not. The fighting community will never fall into that.
So on that note, have you been to and you being the viewer, have you been to any NFL have you just been in the stands? That is almost way worse than any fighting game tournament I've been to, because people will be drunk and doing all this other stuff. And I'm not here to slander other genres of anything, but I'm just saying let the liveliness flow, let it be organic.
Yeah, because if it boils up to a certain point, it's just gonna pop, it's natural. And sporting games, especially NFL games, there's fights of those all the time. I mean, as far as esports goes, I like it. I think the FGC needs to move to it, but it will never. People need to stop trying to change certain things.
So then, let's say you were a liaison between the community and the investors, the companies themselves. What would you say to the companies for them to kind of understand the environment?
I'd say it's a fun, friendly environment. Depending on the yeah, it's a very friendly. As long as you don't. I mean, the only time you see people kind of popping off or doing anything like that is because the other person has done something to warrant that react. Nobody is just kind of freaking out on anybody. Somebody's said something or did, most people, or they did something shitty or weird under the breath comment, and it's that stuff gets picked on, and then people will react to that. But as long as you're not shitty, no one's gonna be shitty to you. Because you'll see videos of fighting games. Yeah, you see the videos of fighting games. The only videos that you'll really see that are the popular ones are the big pop-ups or somebody talking a bunch of shit. Which, that's definitely an element, but there's a rival. That's not oh, this new kid walked in. Sure. Let's all jump on this kid. It's not like that anymore. People are a lot more welcoming because they wanted to go further.
I think it's definitely an important point to bring up. As far as newcomers in general, we're a very passionate community, so of course we're going to have reactions. But if you're a newcomer and you are humble, then you should be fine.
Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. That's the easiest thing to start. That's just the easiest words to live by. Nobody's going to be mad at you if you don't do anything win. Yeah, win. Especially if you win first and then you kind of build up a rep and then you do something, that's cool. Because then people know, your first day, don't kick in the door and try taking down everybody. Nobody's going to like you if you do that. It doesn't matter what you do, nobody's going to like you. That's outside of esports, outside of anything. Don't be a dick and people won't dislike you.
We couldn't go this whole interview without me talking about this shirt. Why is Ellen Degeneres? Is she your sponsor?
It's funny, the guy that does sponsor me. It's funny, he played on the Ellen show with one of his bands. He had this extra shirt, and I said, I'll take it. So that's where I got this shirt. And I love it. I love it so much.
So for the grand finals of Marvel, you just see this big old guy named Hammer get up in this Ellen DeGeneres shirt and it's good. All right, man. Thanks for your time. You have any last shout-outs, anything like that?
Shout-outs to, let's go, DMV community. NOBS Brass Band, Reggie Pace, helping put my way through tournaments. Yeah, and DMV organizers, all those dudes, Rugal, Intrasalier, Colin, PJ, Kyle, Ken. Xanadu as a whole. I was going to say Xanadu as a whole, everybody up there. CFAS, everybody's doing it. Shout-outs to Sova coming up. I appreciate it because I don't have anyone else here really to play. Although we got Solomon, we got Greg, we got Obama, he came down. And shout outs to the Forge for hosting. Yeah, and for Mayfield, he put up a stick for first place in Marvel. So got a free stick. No. I got another stick to add on to it. That's another one on the list. And he won that on a raffle, so it's I won it on a raffle.
Thanks for your time, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sad you took our money, but outside of that, we'll see you around, man.
See you around.
Take it easy.
So when you coming back to Summer, dog?
Oh,
yeah.
God. I do. Never.
Never.
I'm at the top.
You don't go in an interview and be like, give me my job.
Yeah, bam, on the table. Do it up. There we go, Raffle God. Raffle God. There we go. The original Raffle God.